Good evening. Welcome back to At the School of Rock with another episode of I Can Fix It Historical Application. Factual baseline, the National Counterterrorism Center and Joe Kent's departure. Today, we establish a clear factual baseline. Before we apply the 5 standards to any case, we first lay out the documented sequence so every listener is working from the same record. This episode covers 3 things only: why the National Counterterrorism Center was created, Joe Kent's appointment to lead it, the public reasons he gave when he resigned. No measurement yet, just the facts in order. Part 1. Why the National Counterterrorism Center was created. The National Counterterrorism Center, or NCTC, was established after the September 11, 2001 attacks. The 9/11 Commission and subsequent reviews found that the United States had failed to adequately share and integrate terrorism-related intelligence across different agencies. Information existed in separate institutional channels and was not effectively combined. In response, Congress passed the Intelligence Reform and Terrorism Prevention Act of 2004. That law created the National Counterterrorism Center. Its core statutory purposes are to serve as the primary organization in the U.S. government for analyzing and interrogating all intelligence pertaining to terrorism and counterterrorism, to conduct strategic operational planning for counterterrorism activities, to ensure that relevant information is shared across the intelligence community, law enforcement, and other appropriate agencies, to serve as the principal advisor to the President and the National Security Council on counterterrorism matters. The NCTC sits within the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Its director is a Senate-confirmed position that is the documented origin and purpose of this office. Part 2. Joe Kent's appointment. Joe Kent is a former U.S. Army Special Forces soldier who completed 11 combat deployments. After leaving the Army, he served as a paramilitary officer with the Central Intelligence Agency. His first wife, Shannon Kent, a naval cryptologist, was killed in a suicide bombing in Syria in 2019. Kent later ran unsuccessfully for Congress in Washington State's 3rd District in 2022 and 2024. He was a visible supporter of President Donald Trump. In February 2025, President Trump nominated Kent to be director of the National Counterterrorism Center. At the time of the nomination, Kent was serving as Chief of Staff to Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. The Senate confirmed Kent on July 31st, 2025, a vote of 52-44. He assumed the position of Director of the National Counterterrorism Center at the end of July 2025. In that role, he was responsible for leading the U.S. government's counterterrorism analysis and integration efforts and served as the principal counterterrorism advisor to the President. Part 3. Resignation. On March 17, 2026, Joe Kent publicly announced his resignation as director of the National Counterterrorism Center, effective immediately. His tenure lasted less than 8 months. In a letter addressed to President Trump and posted on social media, Kent stated the following reasons. He could not, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. It is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. He further wrote that high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media had conducted a misinformation campaign that pushed the United States toward war. He drew a parallel to the lead up to the Iraq War. In a subsequent interview, he stated that he and other senior officials with concerns about the strikes were not allowed to present those concerns directly to the president, and that there had not been a robust debate. President Trump responded publicly the same day, saying he thought Kent was very weak on security, and it was a good thing that he was out because Kent had said Iran was not a threat. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard issued a statement noting that it is the president who determines whether a threat is imminent. These are the documented public statements surrounding the resignation. We now have a clear, factual baseline. The National Counterterrorism Center was created after 9/11 to fix the failure to integrate terrorism intelligence. Joe Kent was nominated in February 2025, confirmed in July 2025, and served as its director until March 17, 2026. He resigned, stating that Iran posed no imminent threat and that the war began due to pressure from Israel and its American lobby. This sequence is drawn from the public record. The statute that created the NCTC, the nomination and confirmation process, Kent's resignation letter, and the contemporaneous public responses. In the next episode, we will begin measuring this record against the 5 standards. Until then, the baseline is set. The facts are on the table. The measurement comes next. That concludes this episode, Laying the Foundation. Please join us next time as we cover the 5 standards on this event and see where it lands on the decisions and impact of our future and government frameworks. Please, if you haven't already, hit that like button, leave your comments below, and keep sending the requests. We love the minds at work and curious. Good night, and God bless. Oh, I gotta find that button. Okay, got it. Love you. Mean it.